and this is a standalone expansion to the game The Red Dragon Inn, which, if you're not familiar with, is a competitive card game where players are going to be managing their fortitude and their alcohol and trying to be the last one still partying at the bar. All adventurers do need their downtime, and the Red Dragon Inn is one of the more popular pubs. And the way this game plays is that each player is going to be choosing their character and taking their associated character deck, but then they're also going to get a board to measure their fortitude and their alcohol. These are both going to be tracked on the same track, but they're going to be moving in opposite directions, with your fortitude starting at 20 and your alcohol content starting at 0. And if those two tokens ever meet, you're going to pass out and be kicked out of the pub. Your deck of cards will have all sorts of different cards, like the action cards that you'll be playing on your turn, and then the sometimes cards and anytime cards that will be played at different times of the game. There's also a special gambling card where you can trigger a gambling minigame to try and drain your opponents of all their gold. But on your turn, you're essentially starting with a hand of cards, and then you can discard and redraw as many of those as you like. You're going to be playing an action card from your hand and then performing that action, which is usually going to be some sort of benefit to you or something harmful to the other players. You'll then be ordering a drink for one of the other players, which means that you're going to be taking a drink from the face down pile in the center of the table and then keeping it face down but putting it on that player's board. Players each have a spot on their board for their different drinks, and the more drinks you get, the more of a queue of drinks you'll have on your board, and the final thing you do on your turn is to take a drink from your own board. Your cards can have all sorts of different effects, but those are one of the main ways that will affect your fortitude, and then the drink cards are the main way that will affect your alcohol. And if that main drink deck in the middle completely runs out, then all the players are going to have to pay a coin in order to get it replenished, and of course, if any player ends up with no coins at the end of their turn, then they're also going to be kicked out of the bar because you got to be able to pay your tab. And as I said, this is a standalone expansion, so it's going to be introducing a whole bunch of new characters, and this can be played on its own, or it can be mixed in with any of the previous content.